by the coach, Bryce Drew. And, Coach, we'll just start off with the big elephant in the room. I'm sure you like that defensive effort a little bit better than last Friday.
Much better. Guys, every possession they were locked into where their stance was supposed to be, where their angles were. Still can get better, obviously, at a lot of things, but the intent and the focus was much better tonight on that end, from beginning to end.
You don't know for sure until you see it in live time, but could you feel it over the weekend as you guys went through film and practiced on the things you wanted to correct from Friday?
Not really. Just to be honest, it's such a new group, and this group is so different. We've had the same group for the last 2 years. Lopes fans all listen, and we've had that group for 2 years, and they were special in a lot of ways. Won 56 games. They had a lot of strengths. This team is different. It's a different type team. As you see, it's super fun when they move the ball and they're playing together and executing. But I didn't know how they'd respond. I knew how our coaching staff was going to respond and how we were going to push them and try to play and look and be more like a GCU team. But really pleased. And I thought I started with two of our seniors. I thought Wilhelm and Jaden really set a tone for us. Wilhelm off the bench with his aggressiveness. He was talking. He was active tonight, and then Jaden with his defense, significantly different defense than what he's played, our first couple games of the year. And so those two, really proud of them, setting a tone for our whole team.
Coach, you got to be happy when you look down 18 assists for those 30 made field goals.
Really good. Still 15 turnovers. Hopefully one day we can stop talking about the turnovers. But 18 on 30 was really good. We had some beautiful possessions, where guys really shared the ball, made the extra pass, and it was fun basketball, to watch when we're moving the ball and then making shots.
Nana Usu-Anane has been incredibly consistent rebounding-wise, but when you have a passing threat from him, whether it be in transition or when he gets kind of up top there and can be that guy that takes it from the wing and delivers it down to the post, what does that do for you?
Oh, it's tremendous. He has great vision. Almost had a triple-double, tonight, which is pretty awesome. Hopefully he gets one pretty soon here. But he did so many things with the ball, but then without the ball. He only had one turnover, 11 rebounds. He's been outstanding on the glass. Really proud of his effort tonight.
Coach, you got to see Evan Boisdour out there a lot more than you normally would because of the injury there. Played nearly 60 minutes, and you kind of moved him around down that stretch with some different folks. What are you seeing out of the freshman's game?
Well, he can really defend, and I think you saw how quick his feet are. He had a couple steals there. He's really good on the ball. In France, he was a prolific scorer. He averaged over 20 a game coming over. Right now, he's still finding his spots on our team. He missed all summer playing with the French national team. And, we're really learning him in FA with international players. They miss the summers, and it just really sets them back. But we love his speed. We love his defense. And, again, I thought he came in that first half and really gave us some energy and gave us some juice in that defensive end when we extended the lead.
When the margin gets like that, it allows you to kind of play with your lineups and try to get some guys going. What'd you see from when giving Evans minutes, giving Stromer an extended chance to get going?
Yeah, Dusty's still trying to find his way a little bit. Again, he's been better in the exhibition games, better in practice. He's a much better shooter than what he's shooting right now. I think he's thinking about it too much, and it's more just him getting back in rhythm and playing a lot of minutes, and it'll come. He's going to make shots. Dennis, I thought Dennis had some really good minutes. You're only going to see 2 blocks from Dennis, but there's 3 or 4 times that his hand helped them shoot the angle of their shot a little bit different, and we were able to get stops. And so thought Dennis did some really nice things in there.
Coach, you got a guy averaging over a rebound a minute. How do you get Cole Payton more time?
I thought Cole did a great job. Shot went up. He went and boxed his man out. If he wouldn't have, that guy probably would have got it and laid it in. But he did a great job, boxed him out, and got the rebound. So, again, he was a good local player in Phoenix, and so very fundamental and made a really fundamental box out and rebound.
First road trip of the season coming up against a very good St. Louis team that everybody saw come here last year and take it down to the wire. They've started out on fire with 3 blowouts. What do you expect to see in your first road test and and a team like the Billikens?
Yeah, I definitely like our effort tonight. Going into it, it's something that we can build on. We're going to have to defend at an extremely high level. Their offense is very high powered, and they spread you out a lot. So we're going to have glad we have a few days to prep here, because it's going to take a lot of prep to get ready for them.
Hey, Coach, thanks for the time. Congrats. We'll see you in St. Louis on Saturday.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Los fans.